So we have our next presenter now, Mr. Shubham Nagar. He's the CEO of InfoAxon Innovations Private Limited. He'll be talking about accelerating insurance product launches across channels, leveraging InfoAxon's low-code product management and technology orchestrator Tailor. Shubham is a renowned thought leader in the insurance domain. He has over 26 years of global experience in driving digital innovation, transformation, strategies, product management. He's a BTech from computer science. In computer science, Shubham has designed and architected highly scalable digital platforms and solutions, leveraging open standards and digital technologies. I invite Shubham to present the capabilities of his company and showcase how we can accelerate insurance products launches. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. So this talk is about accelerating your insurance product launches digitally using one of our low-code platforms. But I'll just start with a completely different example on some of the inspirations that that has been driving us to take the product forward and some of the latest advancements that we are seeing. What you see here is basically rocket engines, and it's a rocket engine that SpaceX uses called Raptor. This is part of the SpaceX family. On the left-hand side, you see this was built in 2016, which is quite gadgety. It has number of different gadgets, a number of different parts, moving parts. It was susceptible to failure. You couldn't reuse a lot of things. And basically, the combustion technology was completely different when it was used. What you see on the rightmost side is the very latest Raptor, which is Raptor 3, which is basically 1/3 the weight of the first one, and it is much better to reuse. And because of the multiplanetary aim of Elon Musk and SpaceX, this is how the Raptor technology has actually moved with time to make the product really simple. One of the related quotes by Elon Musk on is that the best part of a machinery is to actually not have a part, but lesser parts, it's better. And our insurance products are also very similar. You can imagine that maybe Raptor 4 or Raptor 5 will actually sometime look like this. It may not, but completely devoid of any gadgetry and could be as simple as that. So why am I talking about rocket engines here? The reason I'm talking about rocket engines here is basically we are trying to reduce complexity. We are trying to hide that complexity. We are chasing simplicity in most of the products that we are building. And we are also striving it to be much easier for users and much better. So let's start with the anatomy of a particular insurance digital product. What really constitutes an insurance product? So basically, an insurance product also has a lot of parts. Now, let's look at the overall landscape of a digital insurance product. So if you see, it has plans. So you will have plans for seniors, plans for single user or family plans. You will also have lines of businesses. You have a whole construct of a product. You have covers. You have add-ons. You have a number of different other features. And what is also unique to digital is that you have journeys. You have to create portability journeys, renewal journeys. You have to have buying journeys for agents, for brokers, for different channels. So how do you all fit it in? What do you do to accelerate your digital insurance product much forward? And also, one really important part is that the control is really shifting. It is no more a developer's prerogative really to start building your insurance products and takes months and weeks to do. Actually, the requirement is for business and marketing users to actually configure the products and to be able to make the changes and visualize and configure the insurance product that they want to bring to the market very quickly. So we use our low-code platform to quickly launch the insurance products out onto the market. What is unique is also that usually the journeys that you configure, the journeys that actually come out of the insurance product are actually not properly linked with the product construct itself. So just to give you some examples, We build products where we would expose them as APIs. So the marketing user or the sales user will actually create the product construct, and he would build the products particularly inside the system. He will also define the journeys that are associated with that particular product. These journeys are reusable. Now let's take an example. Let's say that you have built a journey, and now that journey you want to modify without making any coding change. And you also want that journey or the product construct to be changed, and you expose it to a partner, you expose that to an aggregator. Now you want that there is a regulatory change that has come just 2 days ago. You need to act very, very quickly, start making changes to your journeys and to your product. You want that change to be reflected to the partners and to the aggregator sites also. That is something that you can do by simply making changes at the API level and rolling out those changes to multiple interfaces. You can also configure insurance journeys as APIs. The journeys are a very, very strong part of our system. Now, journeys really drive the whole experience of the user. So here, you can implement product rules inside the journeys. So what you can actually do, as you can say, there's a whole flowchart there. This is basically a running demo of our system. So you choose the channel, you choose what kind of a journey that you want to bring in, and you choose the journeys and you launch that journey. That journey is also enabled as an API, and you can give it to the partners and aggregators to implement into their front ends the way they want. We are taking the entire list of components, the way these components have to be rendered, basically the whole definition on how that journey needs to be presented to the user onto the front end. We also have a recommendation logic engine that we have built inside the system. This is not something which is generalized really for each customer, because every insurance customer has their own way in which they want to bring out the recommendation logic and present the recommendation to the user. One of our use cases is for insurance brokers. For insurance brokers, they want to give a recommendation to their agents, or in an employee-assisted journey or a customer-assisted journey of multiple products. Behaving just like an aggregator, to present these products based on a particular logic. That logic is something that we can build in a product rule set. Those rule sets are things that are deployable, or it can be reused across multiple insurance companies or multiple such implementations. This API-based rule execution is what really the powerhouse is. You can actually use these rule sets to create new recommendation logic and present the products to the users. Sorry, I think there's a double slide, huh? Okay. You can also create dynamically and change web portal applications. Now, what we have also done is that taking these journeys, we have also created a library of components, UI components. And those UI components are something that you're completely reusable. You can build your journeys. So for example, if you're doing a quick quote journey or a build your own plan journey or a renewal journey or a portability journey, we have done it probably for about 35, 50 different insurance companies now. And these templates are components that you can use when you're starting out on a new journey. So the process of building these journeys becomes extremely fast, and you can actually deploy these journeys pretty quickly. The experience of the regulatory environment and how these journeys could change once the regulatory environment changes or requires you to make those changes or changes in the workflow can also be done by reusing some of these templates. Now, what you see here is basically the whole JSON packet that is returned after the journey has been configured. So what you see here, once it goes to the API level, what you see here is the React components that are available that we can drag and drop and actually create our journeys. By using these components or removing them, you can shift and change your journeys very easily rather than actually writing code for it. So in this way, you can generate different behavior for different channel. So if you have actually made a particular journey for an agent context, you can actually change that journey for a customer context. And this way, once you start building your components, moving from one channel to the other becomes really easy, because you can put your journeys differently for different channels, but still reusing some of those components. One of the use cases which is very prominent is bundling of products. So you have, for example, you have built your products, you have configured your plans, but now using those plans, using those add-ons, using those products, you want to bundle the products together and create new offerings for any upsell and cross-sell. That is something that you can also easily do using the low-code platform. You basically take the two products or a combination of those add-ons, and you integrate them together to be able to create new bundled products. This helps also in sachet products or very embedded insurance products that you want to create for your customers. So for example, in this case, we have a whole configuration of bundle that you can also upload into the system and actually create new offerings. Finally, we have analytics also available. So in this analytics, for all the master data that is going into the system, any journeys that have been created, any products that have been created, any plans that have been created, insurance company-wise, you can see really what the usage is, how that journeys are performing, how many quotes have been actually created. This is basically real time, and you keep getting this data across the platform, across the customers of your implementation. So in this case, we can see that we have various proposal form journeys or quick form journeys or claim-related journeys. The usage per customer or per line of business is actually visible based on this data. You can click on this and go and drill down and look for more deeper sense of the data. These are some of the customers that have been actively using it. These are customers in East Africa. They're customers here in India, mainly in the health insurance, general insurance, and they've been actively using the low-code platform for multiple use cases. We have been awarded as a digital transformation leader in the last couple of years, and we are part of some of the NBFC's 100 tech providers. Just to give you some context, this is for an insurance company, and here we had built the entire digital front end using the low-code platform, and the agents were selling these journeys and very quickly building new journeys based on the different products that were getting configured by their marketing teams and digital teams. So in terms of outcome, if you see, we have about 70,000 plus claims and motor rules that are executing per day. We also have 60,000 plus journeys that have been rendered per day. Now, these are journeys that are instance of these journeys that are getting executed on these mobile apps and this web. But the fact that these journeys can automatically be created and be rendered is the metric what is being shown here. We also have about 120,000 quote calculations that are happening per day. This is for one insurance company. Similarly, there is a context of using it for the broker channel. Now, in case of a broker, he's giving recommendations on multiple insurance companies and trying to bring out the construct of the product to the customers. So in this case, with one of the Mahindra insurance brokers, we have actually created the commercial and retail life and non-life products. There are about 25, 30 different companies, insurance companies that are on the platform, and we are actually generating multiple outcomes for them. Just around Diwali this time, we had crossed about motor recommendations. Now, the recommendation logic that I talked to you about was also exposed as APIs. So in this case, the recommendation API is being used to generate the recommendations and actually use these recommendations to be then consumed and policy or quotes being offered to the customer based on the selected recommendations. We also had about 2,000 plus recommendations generated per day on a single channel. I think this is for the employee assisted journey or the agent, PSP and agents channel. The system is very stable. There is, in fact, in the last few years, we have not had any of the downtimes, which are typically unless there is a scheduled maintenance window. Currently, we have 41 plus insurance companies and their products actually on the platform. And the reason why we have been easily be able to put these products and journeys onto the platform is simply because we are able to reuse a lot of these components that I talked about. The product construct have been done in a way where you can use these products and take parts of the products, plans, add-ons, riders, and start reusing these components to render these journeys and to bring out the product construct to the customers. Any questions and feedback? This is the end of my talk. Okay, thank you everyone.